Alright guys, what's up? Willis here, back with another Throne and Liberty video. Got an awesome one for you guys today. We're going to be taking a look at the new Tier 2 dungeons, some of the gameplay from those, as well as a new post by Amazon regarding some of the feedback which players are concerned about, and they actually resolved some of these issues. So all that and more in this video. So for the next 2 weeks, guys, I'm going to be giving away a max package of Lucent. We're going to pick the winner in 2 weeks. Simply just like the video, leave a comment, and make sure you're subscribed with bell notifications turned on to enter. With that being said, let's jump into it. So obviously, you know, the Korean version of the game is already in Tier 2. And obviously with this, we get to take a look at the game and what the stuff we're going to be getting in the future. So they've already mentioned that the end of November, we're going to be getting the new dungeons, which is pretty much, I guess, the start of Tier 2. Now, I don't know whether or not we're going to get the level cap increase that they mentioned. So the level cap in Korea right now is actually level 55. And obviously, when you get to level 55, it allows for further character progress. They have the new region, which is Talendray. This is the new area above the map, which you can see in the main game right now. It's just we can't actually go there yet. They have the artifact system, which is obviously a new feature, which enables players to equip artifacts obtained from cooperative dungeons. These artifacts can be combined to provide various character enhancements, adding depth to character customization. And then obviously we have the Tier 2 gear. And this is the higher level equipment that you can actually get from the new Tier 2 dungeons, which we should receive towards the end of November. And then obviously the rune and socket system. Now with this, players can insert runes into their equipment slots to boost character stats. Obviously more character development. And then obviously last thing is the gemstones and the Talstones. These items are obviously obtainable in the field dungeons, and these will give you unique effects to your skills, provide additional character stats, similar to the skill customization you can already do. Now, I didn't actually realize this because I didn't play the Korean version, but the skill specialization system that we already have in the game wasn't there. Apparently, with the launch of the Korean version, this was added later in Tier 2, but I guess we just got it in the global version to obviously give us a bit more content. Now, taking a quick look at the Tier 2 dungeons. Now, these are a serious step up in mechanics. So if you do plan on doing these Tier 2 dungeons, make sure you have like at least a good like guild group, because I feel like doing a lot of these dungeons with randoms is going to be extremely difficult. So let's take a look here, shall we? But before we do, I just want to mention that obviously they did mention this, that we are tentatively planning to release 2-star co-op dungeons in November. As mentioned previously, we'll evaluate how you are progressing before finalizing the date. So they probably want to see if we are around 3,500. Because in Korea, I think to even like get into these dungeons, I think it was like 3,500 combat power to even get inside. So yeah, that's how tough they are. So I want to give a massive shout out to Elric37 on YouTube. He's actually playing the Korean version of the game, and he's got a few gameplay videos up on his channel, which basically shows off some of the Tier 2 dungeons. Now, what you're going to notice straight away is a lot of these dungeons are already dungeons that we haven't played, but a lot of them have been changed or sort of modified in ways to make them harder. Most of the layout is the same. Sometimes there will be different paths and stuff that you can take, but yeah, most of it will pretty much be the same. And a lot of the bosses you can see, like this one, the Island of Terror, which is basically the Tyrant's Isle. A lot of it is sort of small and minor changes, but you've obviously got a lot of crazy stuff that can happen. I'm not going to go over into the mechanics of each dungeon, but if we just skip to the end of the video here, you can see straight away that, yeah, this boss looks crazy different, has a bunch of new attack patterns, and just stuff you need to keep an eye out for. Obviously, a lot of his other skills as well are enhanced. You've got stuff like this new smoke effect, which happens, where I'm assuming you have to hide in the smoke. I really don't know the mechanics, like I said. Now, taking a look here at the Butcher's Canyon one. Now, the Butcher's Canyon one is interesting because the whole area has just been covered in these sort of like new red plants. Take a look at it. It looks pretty crazy. Obviously, we have the same layout, the same path to the boss. I think this is one of the first dungeons that I sort of struggled with, especially doing it with a random team. You guys remember the sheep mechanic in Butcher's Canyon? A lot of my greatsword weapons actually dropped from here, so obviously I need to do it. But yeah, look at the boss. Looks crazy. He's in like this like red overalls. Nuts. So like I said, it's the same thing. It's just a lot of the mechanics are going to be way harder to do. Like, I don't know what the heck is going on here. He sort of just jumps in the air and does like a flying smash. Now, I know he has the normal jump, but what the heck is this? He is just jumping up and smashing the ground. Like, if we take a look here, this new mechanic where there's just a bunch of fury, like bighorn sheeps that spawns around, I'm assuming you just have to stop them or just something crazy. Look at it. It looks absolutely nuts. There is no way people are going to be doing this with random teams. Now, granted, if you are 3,500 combat power, yeah, it's going to be like the first time going into the dungeons, right? It's going to take a few tries. Once you get the mechanics down, it should be fine. But a lot of this stuff does look like a damage check. So yeah, if you're not able to kill stuff in time, you could be wiped. Moving on to another one here, we have the Cursed Wasteland. This was a very annoying one for me as well. A lot of the lead up to the boss does look the same. It's all the same ads, but you notice when you actually get to the final boss, hold on a second, he looks a bit nuts. The whole area is sort of just engulfed. He does these massive new huge AoEs, and you've got these 3 pillars that spawn around the room, which by the looks of it, you have to have 1 player on each side blocking the lasers that fly into the boss. I'm assuming if the lasers hit the boss, bad stuff happens. And yeah, I don't know what the heck is happening here, but this Cursed Wasteland, I feel like is going to be the one I probably hate the most. No idea what's going on. It's an absolute fiesta, and I do not look forward to learning the mechanics to Cursed Wasteland, at least the new one. Then we have Torture Chamber of Screams. Now, this is, I think, a new one, but I want to say it's in the same area as another dungeon that we do. But yeah, this one looks like a completely new tier 2 dungeon, which I'm kind of glad for, that we're not just getting sort of just reskins of the old dungeons. Now, a lot of the tier 2 dungeons will be some of the old dungeons, but it does look like 1 or 2 dungeons are new, like for tier 2 at least. So I'm kind of glad in that part. Yeah, this boss looks nuts. He sort of puts these little red, like cubes on the ground. What the heck is going on here? And by the looks of it, he just engulfs the entire players, and you just need to sort of clear some ground. This looks like an absolute nightmare. And then you've got the final boss, Caligras. Now, I don't know what the hell Caligras does, but he looks nuts as hell. He does this weird like attack where he spawns like these blades on everyone that just, yeah, they just go ham. And then there's this one attack where he summons this huge like whirlpool. What is going on? Absolutely crazy, but I'm looking forward to it. Honestly, I love loot content, so I'm looking forward to learning the mechanics. Once again, if you want to go check out the, I guess, the full guides or get prepared, like, I don't know if it's anything has been changed since the Korean version, because obviously those videos are 5 months old, but the new dungeons look awesome. I'll link them in the video description if you want to go check out the full guides. But other than that, I wanted to talk about this post, which was posted on the official Throne and Liberty Discord channel. It looks like it's one of the moderators or developers. They're talking a bit about some feedback. Now, what did they say? It said, "Greetings, adventurers. Thank you for the feedback regarding the changes to the random dungeon queue system and rewards. It's extremely valuable, and we appreciate you taking the time to share your thoughts and experience with us. Your input is critical to helping us improve the game as we continue to work to build the best experience possible. After reviewing the responses, we wanted to respond to the top concerns raised. Player behavior in queue. We understand the frustration caused by players repeatedly declining the leaving queue for random dungeons. To address this issue, we'll be implementing a rejoin timer and penalties for those who engage in this behavior. Thank the Lord. Our goal is to ensure a smoother and more enjoyable experience for all." First of all, huge. Amazon W. There is nothing worse if you guys have done the random dungeon finder, having this one stupid guy just declining the party over and over again. The salvation token drop rates. While we recognize the desire for higher drop rate of Salvation of Essence, from the random dungeon chest, we have carefully balanced the reward to maintain a sense of rarity and value. However, we will continue to monitor, we'll make adjustments if necessary. So assuming what has happened, people are complaining about the salvation drops. So it's, where is it? Let's take a look here. I've actually had, I think, around 3. Yeah. I've had 3 over the past week of just doing random dungeons. So I don't know if I'm extremely lucky. Let me know how many you guys have had over the past week. I feel like I'm just really lucky because my friend, I don't think he's had 1 in the past week. And then finally, the dungeon run limitations. We hear your suggestions regarding increasing the number of daily dungeon runs or allowing for additional runs without consuming tokens after opening the reward chest. While we do not have plans to change this pattern for our standard co-op dungeons, we do have an additional style of co-op dungeons coming soon that will provide more repeatable dungeon experience. Stay tuned over the coming weeks to learn more about when these changes will arrive for players. Okay. a new repetitive dungeon experience. I'll be honest, I sometimes find it extremely difficult to do all 3 of my dungeons per day. I don't know if it's just me, but yeah, what are your guys' thoughts? Also, quick random picture. Someone managed to get outside the Amatoy house. I don't know how they've done this, but this is the house here that we are in currently, the Amatoy house. So I'm guessing that's what it looks like outside. I don't even think you can see out the windows in here, but that's cool. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like. Leave a comment, and in your comment, make sure you comment with a red heart, because guess what? We're going to be giving away a max Lucent package. This will run over the next few videos, and we're going to pick the winner in 2 weeks. So yeah, be sure you're first to the videos to increase your chances of winning. And if you aren't already, come and join the Discord, because that's pretty much where we announce the winners. Those of you who are confused, where you've never seen the winners, we do it in my Discord. So if you don't have Discord, come and make a Discord. We've got an awesome community as well. And yeah, hopefully you guys have an awesome day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace, guys.